Now in this class, I'm going to discuss Cauchy's nth root test. Usually, this test is applied to functions which are in nth power of a function. Now let us see the statement. If sigma un is a series of positive terms such that limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n, that is nth root of this sequence un. Whenever we see the question of nth power, we apply this test. So un power 1 by n equal to L. Then this sigma un converges if L is less than 1. Here we have less than 1 for convergence. Sigma un diverges when L is greater than 1 for divergence. Next, the test will fail to decide whether convergent or divergent if the value of this L is 1. The most important thing is the condition, which will help us to decide whether this given series is convergent or divergent is this limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n, that is nth root of this un. Now we see some questions based on this test for convergence of sigma 1 plus 1 by n whole power of minus n square. So in the question we have this term bracket power minus n square. So we have nth root. This question can be solved by Cauchy's root test since we have power n. Now let us see. The general term of the sequence is this term without sigma. Let us take un as 1 plus 1 by n whole power of minus n square. Now here in Cauchy's root test, we want un power 1 by n. So apply both side 1 by n. So we have un power 1 by n. Applying 1 by nth root on both sides. So here we have 1 plus 1 by n whole power minus 2 whole 1 by n. Now this will become 1 plus 1 by n. Now multiply this into this. We have minus n square into 1 by n will be minus n. So this can be written as 1 by 1. We can take this to denominator. This will become 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole power of plus n. Negative power will become positive power if we take to the denominator, that is a power of minus m will become 1 by a power of m. Now we got this un power 1 by n. Now apply limits on both sides. So here I have limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n is equals to, we have limit n tends to infinite, we have 1 by 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. Now see here with this limit, this can also be written as 1 by limit to denominator 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. Now compare this limit n tends to infinite 1 plus 1 by n power of n with the given formula. Here on the right hand side we have formula limit extends to a 1 plus f of x and its reciprocal 1 by f of x. Value is e if limit extends to a f of x value is 0. So this problem is same as this formula, so its value will be e. So we have 1 by e in denominator. So e value lies between 2 to 3. E value lies between 2 to 3, means this value 1 by 2.5, if I assume 2.7 is approximate value of e. So this term will be less than 1. So whenever we see L less than 1, we have sigma un converges. So the given series will converge. So the answer is sigma un, that is given series converges. Since we have L value less than 1. Test for the convergence of sigma 1 plus 1 by root n whole power of minus n square. Here we have the sequence in terms of power of n. So this can be solved by Cauchy's nth root test. See here, the general term of the sequence is un, that is 1 plus 1 by root n whole power of minus n square. Here we want un power 1 by n, so apply power 1 by n on both sides. We have un power 1 by n, that will be 1 plus 1 by root n whole minus square whole power of 1 by n. Now this minus n square will multiply to this 1 by n, then we have 1 plus 1 by root n whole power of minus n square by n will be minus n. Now if we take this negative power to denominator, it will become plus 1 plus 1 by root n whole power of n. Now in order to apply this formula on the right hand side, limit x tends to a 1 plus f of x 1 by f of x, here this term and this power should be same. These two should be same, this n and this 1 by n should be same. So to get that, I'm just modifying it, 1 plus 1 by root n as it is. Here I'm writing root n. Next, take square. What will happen? Root x value is x power of 1 by 2. So this root n will be n power 1 by 2 into 2 will become 1 only. So we are modifying this n as root n so that these two should be same, 1 by root n. Since here we have this formula 1 plus f of x and its reciprocal will be the power. So 1 by root n, its reciprocal is root n, right? So now apply the limits on both sides. If I apply the limit, we have limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n is equals to limit n tends to infinite right. Now apply the limit, this will become 1 upon limit n tends to infinite 1 plus 1 by root n whole power root n whole square. So this will become 1 by limit n tends to infinite 1 plus f of x power f of x. 1 plus f of x power 1 by f of x value is e. Here we have square, so this will become e square. So the value of 1 by e square will be less than 1. Since the value of e is lies between 2 and 3, so 1 by 2 point something will be less than 1. So we can say that this value is less than 1. Hence the given series sigma un converges. Since this limit is less than 1, see here, when L value is less than 1, we see the given series will be convergence. So this also converges. As for convergence of sigma 1 by log of log n whole power of n, this n will be power to this log, whole log we have. Now the general term will be un, that is without sigma 1 by log of log of log n whole power of n here. Now apply 1 by n as the power to both sides. Here we have 1 by log of log n whole power of n whole 1 by n. Now these two will get cancelled. This n and this n will get cancelled. We have 1 by log of log n. Correct. Now apply limits on both sides. Limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n will be limit n tends to infinite 1 by log n. So if I put the limit, this infinite will come here, 1 by log n. Log n will be infinite. So log infinite value is infinite only. Log infinite value is infinite. Again log infinite value is infinite. So 1 by infinite value is 0. So 0 is always less than 1. 0 is less than 1. So by this statement, whenever the limit is less than 1, this value L is less than 1, we see that the given series converges. So we see sigma un converges. Test for the convergence of the series 2 by 1 square x, 3 square by 2 cube x square plus and so on up to this n term and so on, where x greater than 0. Now for the given series, the general term un is given as n plus 1 whole power of n upon n power n plus 1 into x power of n. Now this can be written as n plus 1 whole power of n upon this can be written as n power of n into n power of 1 into x power of n. Now apply 1 by n to the power on both sides. We have un power 1 by n. Here I'll get n plus 1 whole power of n into x power of n upon n power of n into x power 1 whole 1 by n. Now this 1 by n will distribute to all of these terms. So this 1 by n and this will get cancelled. 1 by n with this n cancel. 1 by n power n will this cancel. So here we are left with n plus 1 into x upon n into this. Here we have one more n, this one. So let me write down here. Here we have this n power 1 into n power 1. So that will become n power 1 by n. Correct. Now we got un power 1 by n. Here if I take n common from here, I'll get n into 1 plus 1 by n upon n. Let me take this as 1 by n power 1 by n into x. This n will get cancelled. We have 1 plus 1 by n into 1 by n power 1 by n into x. Now apply limits on both sides. We have limit n tends to infinite un power 1 by n will be limit n tends to infinite this term. Now applying the limits n tends to infinite to these two n terms, so that will become apply limit n tends to infinite to the first term, that is 1 plus 1 by n into we have 1 by limit n tends to infinite 1 n power 1 by n into x. If I apply n tends to infinite here, this will become 1 plus 1 by n will be 0. Now here we have limit n tends to infinite, n power 1 by n value is 1 into x. So I'll get x here. Since we know that limit n tends to infinite, n power 1 by n value, if I put the limit, it will become infinite power 0, right? This is the standard form. For this we apply log on both sides. So we did this in limits, so no need to do it here. Just remember, limit n tends to infinite, n power of 1 by n will be 1, right? We got the value of x here, that is L value is x, so we can't say whether it is converges or diverges. Now let me write down sigma un converges if this x value is less than 1, right? See here, for less than 1 we have converges. Next, B, sigma un diverges if x is greater than 1. Test fails to decide when x is equal to 1. Now we extend this case failure. When x is 1, this un will become n plus 1 power n. That will implies un will be n plus 1 power n by n power n plus 1. Now take n common from numerator, that will become n power n into 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. Now separate the power in denominator, we have n power of n into n power of 1. Now these two will get cancelled. Let us take this as 1 by n into 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. This is the value of un. Now by using comparison test, we see whether this is converges or diverges. Let us take this 1 by n as Vn. So this will become Un is equals to Vn into 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. Now divide Un by Vn as 1 by n power n. Now apply limit n tends to infinite, limit n tends to infinite un by vn is equals to limit n tends to infinite 1 plus 1 by n whole power of n. See here we have this limit n tends to infinite 1 plus 1 by n power n. This is in this form. 1 plus f of x power 1 by f of x value is e. So this will become e. E value is around 2 point something. So this value is greater than 1. So we can say that sigma, this ratio is finite number. So this ratio is finite. Whenever the ratio is finite, we see as sigma Vn is equal to sigma 1 by n power 1, right? Vn is 1 by n, is a p series, with p value 1. When p is 1, sigma Vn is divergent. Sigma Vn is divergent, automatically Un will become divergent. Sigma Un is also divergent by comparison test. Comparison test says that both converges or diverges together simultaneously. So Un is also divergent. Divergent means for x equal to 1 it is divergent. Now the conclusion is given series is convergent or converges if x value is less than 1, equal to, not equal, less than 1 only, less than 1, and divergent, the given series is divergent if x is greater than 1, and by this test failure it is also divergent for x equal to 1, right? For x equal to 1, see here, for this x equal to 1 also the series is divergent, so we include equal to sign here. So this is the answer for this question.